Our fire-damaged Porsche 911 has a huge problem, but today we're going to fix it.
Someone has vandalised this £5,000 Porsche and the fire has destroyed the wiring, meaning the car is completely dead. We had the car checked out by a specialist and they gave us a £7,000 bill to fix it. However, we think we can find a much cheaper solution. Firstly, we needed to remove the interior so we could assess the damage to our wiring, and that required some special tools.
We need a knife.
Maybe a chisel.
A chisel!
A hammer and a chisel.
A hammer and a chisel would be good. We can sculpt the interior. Ooh, Rory. I'm excited.
Whoa, hang on. Safety first.
Sorry, thank you very much.
That should keep you safe.
Now I'm qualified to use these. Hello, seat. And if you'd like to buy this immaculate, this immaculate seat. This is a very rare spec from Porsche. It's the black to red graduation, £1,000.
To access the wiring, we'd need to remove the passenger seat, but the bolts that held it in were covered in crap because the fire had melted everything around it.
You see that bolt? That's where I'm trying to get.
Out of interest, Will, what's your plan?
I'm going to smash it with this chisel and hammer. Oh, was that the camera?
Oh, big bit. It's like when you spilt cereal on the floor.
What cereal do you eat?
Oh my God.
There we go.
Right. Apologies for the arse crack. What a lovely thing. Now that we'd freed the demolished passenger seat, we could finally get access to the wiring loom. Oh, there we go. I bet you under here it's going to be just fine. Well, you know.
Right, so you might notice these wires, this loom here, goes all the way down there, and it actually goes behind these seats. So behind these seats is some ECUs and some modules, and they are quite important. We are hoping that the damage here hasn't extended and frazzled anything back there, because then that's when things get more expensive, more complicated. So basically we need to get all of this out and see if it's all right. How do we do that?
If we just want to see what's under here, we could just cut across there.
You can't angle grind carpet.
You know what it's like? It's like cutting hair.
If my barber got an angle grinder out, I would leave.
Oh, tell me that wasn't expertly done. Tell me that wasn't incredibly good.
That wasn't expertly done.
Look at that intact loom.
Our 911 needs a lot of work, and to get us through it, we're going to need a lot of beer.
That's right, and our friends at Beer 52 are helping us out with that because they've sent us a case of this golden elixir. They've sent us 8 craft beers that you too can receive for free. You simply go to beer52.com/topdeadcenter, sign up and pay the £5.95 shipping charge, and a case of lovely beer will be delivered to your door. Simple as that.
This month's case ranges from the full-bodied Northern Monks Rivington Hazy IPA to a decadent stout Neon Raptor.
That's actually really good.
Yeah? You don't usually like stouts, do you?
I don't, but that is very good.
See, neither do I, but that's not a problem because Beer 52 have both a mixed case that has things like stouts in it or a light case that has only light beers. So I'd be going for the light beers. Ooh. Oh, that's nice. 7% though. I wouldn't think that was 7%. That's quite smooth. That's good. And if you weren't to be satisfied with your case, you can pause or cancel at any time.
It's not just beers either. They also send tasty snacks with every case.
All right,
Father Bean?
yeah. I'll swap you. And the award-winning Ferment magazine, which details all of the amazing breweries featured.
So if you want to enjoy some tasty beers, head over to beer52.com/topdeadcenter.
And that is beer52.com. Pay your $5.95 shipping and enjoy a free case of beer.
Just before we could properly look at the damage, I left Edwin alone for a minute and he'd already started cleaning.
Right, I don't care what that is, it's coming out.
Now that Edwin had stopped someone's Tesla from charging so he could clean, I decided I should give my expert opinion on the condition of the 996's ECUs.
In my opinion, that looks fine.
Here's what we do. Let's pop this out and look at how many wires we've got. There we go. One big one, which might have some smaller ones in it. I think it does have smaller ones in it. 1, 2, big one, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. You know when you get a glow stick? Right, Will, you take that one. We'll meet in the middle.
1, 2.
No, don't count out loud.
3. 4, 5.
Okay, I've got 15 apart from what's in this big one. Don't know how much is in the big one. Could we wire 50 wires?
I can't wire one wire. Here are our actual options, right?
Okay.
1,
Yeah.
we buy a loom from Porsche for 7 grand.
7 grand.
2, we buy a used loom for like £300-400,
Okay.
and we have to take the whole dash out. 3, we get someone to fix it.
But why get someone to fix it when we could be the someone?
Sometimes you have to delegate to specialists.
That's true, but we're specialists.
We're special-ish.
That might need to be some merch. Also, make sure you subscribe to TDC. We're going to do something with this car. Don't know what yet, but something.
Our wiring harness didn't look good, but Edwin did find one bit of good news.
So that's the thing that Matt was saying we're going to need another one of. Looked online, I think it was a couple £100 to buy. They would also need coding and work with the car. For now, don't want to speak too soon, but this looks like it's okay. And the wiring just plugs into it. So another loom will just plug in.
Next up, it was time to remove the dashboard, but not before Edwin had cleaned all the interior windows. We wanted to have a look at how easy it is to replace a full wiring loom, but we'd also eventually like to replace our vandalised dash with something a little nicer.
Bro loves this song. Sneak up on it.
You saw me coming.
Very good.
We've been at this for a little while now, but we've got every single bolt out. We have one more bolt to go, which is that one. And then we are ready to get this goddamn dash out.
Oh, a full dashboard. I feel like a hunter afterwards with my trophy. That took a long time.
That did take a long time.
I think I said to Will, we've just got a few more bolts about 6 hours ago. The time right now is 9:30. Look at that car. What have we done, Will? We've got no idea what we're doing. If you just have a go, usually you'll find your way through it. It's good fun actually as well.
After finally getting the dashboard out, we realised that replacing the entire loom would be a huge headache. So we needed to do some research and come back another day to search for some alternative ways to get our 911 running.
Right, so we are as far as we can physically go on the car right now because we need parts to do anything more. You might be wondering why we pulled out the dashboard. We want black carpet, black dash, but you'll see more of that in the next episode. For now, we need to find ourselves a loom because that's what's stopping this car from ever starting. We're not paying £6,200 plus VAT for an engine loom.
We need to find a part number. Search eBay, search Facebook, search everywhere.
We discovered that our 911 has a similar front end and an almost identical interior to a Boxster of the same generation, and potentially the Boxster parts could be cheaper.
Boxster, part number 986-612-90300.
986 is the Boxster's chassis code, just like 996 is the 911's chassis code, and they're quite closely related.
So for our 911, it's 996-612-90300.
Right.
So the end of that part number is the same.
We couldn't find any solid info on the Boxster parts, but Edwin found a potential solution.
So right here is a 996 braking. Now, braking car is someone that is taking a car that is either mostly whole or fully whole and is breaking out for parts, selling each part off individually. And he has got a 996 3.4 early car. So I'm pretty sure that's a cable car like ours. Everything is the same, apart from the fact that this is an auto. So I'm gonna give him a call and see if he will either sell us the whole loom or chop out a part of his loom, because we don't need the whole loom. It will be much easier to cut and repair that section. Shall I give him a call?
Give him a call. Make him an offer he can't refuse.
The guy had a selection of loom available, and he was only 15 minutes down the road. Before heading down there, we chopped out our broken section to take with us.
Yeah. Oh my God. I'm quite scared now. I was confident. But look, it's done now. It's done. And there it is. Well, sorry, if you could. Thanks so much. Right, let's go. Let's go to this guy's.
Steve from SW Race Car Hire is a specialist in both 996 911s and 986 Boxsters, so he knows his stuff. He took us down to the car he was braking and chopped out a piece of the loom for us to buy.
A huge thank you to Steve for selling us a piece of loom and some other bits that you'll see in the next episode. We were over the moon with the saving we'd made compared to buying new.
£50, not 6 grand, £50.
What a deal. We don't yet know if these match. So now starts the tedious process of matching wire to wire.
This is difficult.
Have you got any twos?
Go fish.
Right, it's been at least 1,000 years since we started doing this. We are pleased to announce that on this side, we have exactly the same amount of wires. We have 50 wires on each side, except one of them is a different color. My side, my old side, is yellow with a purple trace. And on Will's side, it's just brown.
One of the other things we've noticed is that we've got a lot of duplicates, and that means we need to trace each wire back on both sides to make sure they match up.
Yeah.
We'll have a go at anything, but
I don't want this car to burn to the ground again.
yeah.
So we're leaning towards getting help with this loom and wiring it in, because there's no way that we know this blue wire and this identical blue wire here, which way they're supposed to go. And our wiring skills are, I'd say, subpar. So we're gonna get help, and it's gonna cost us, but we've got an idea.
So normally 996 wheels sell for 200-300 quid on eBay, but this one is a full leather stitch, including the airbag. And we had a look. Some of these sell for 500, 600, maybe 700 pounds.
It's so rare that even one of you guys in the comments on our first video noticed this wheel. So we reckon we can sell some of our old parts that we're not going to use. We don't want the red dash. We don't want the red steering wheel. We want a more racy steering wheel.
So whatever the wiring is going to cost us to fix, we're hoping we're going to make that all back.
We were a little disappointed that we weren't going to get a chance to fix the loom ourselves, however we knew it would be for the best. So Will got on the phone to as many auto electricians as possible and realised that they too felt similarly about the job.
So it turns out literally no one will do this job. I'm really, really struggling to find an auto electrician who will have a go at this wiring. So I'm just going to have to keep ringing around and see if someone will do it.
But then, after countless phone calls,
Cheers, bye. I think we have an electrician.
We might be getting ahead of ourselves a little bit here, but we're going to give the 911 a service before we go for the first start out. We don't know how long the fuel, the oil, how long the belts have been sitting. It's smart to just change them now. So thankfully, Fevi Bilstein have sent us a care package of OE matching quality parts for the 996. We've got the oil filter, the cabin filter, the drain plug, fuel filters, an aux belt, idler pulleys for the aux belt, tensioners, air filters, and a full oil change for the car. Proper OE match quality parts. Make sure you always choose Febi Bilstein whenever you're getting parts, wherever you get your parts from.
Parts load secured, we got to work draining the oil, which instantly went well.
I need to get a grip up there.
Will,
I'm going the wrong way.
What are you doing, mate? Look at your...
I'll go for dinner after this. Looking like an absolute weapon.
Oh my God.
Do you by any chance need a fishing rod?
It might help, it might not. Oh, that's huge. That's big. Oh God, you can't use that noise. That's flagged for inappropriate behaviour instantly.
Would you say it's quite oily?
The design is very human.
Edwin then broke the old oil filter open, inspecting the material to see if there were any signs that our engine had damage.
This is what strains the oil. The oil goes through this paper filter and catches anything bad. No metal in the oil, no metal in the oil filter. Good start. It's like the best fortune cookie.
Or can you read me the third row down, please?
Third row down says, your IMS is going to explode. Don't know what that means.
Happy with the look of our old oil and filter, it was time to get the aux belt out.
Oh, stop, you'll get me in trouble.
We then moved our attention to changing the 996's engine pulleys that had become rusty over time and weren't spinning as quietly as they should do.
How long is this?
She's coming. Oh my lord.
Why is she so long? The Torx...
Did you leave things just sat there on that edge?
I wouldn't have thought so. In comparison to the other one, silent.
Confident that our engine appeared to be healthy, our next point of elimination was the air filter. But first, there was an important change to make.
Much better. Right, what are we up to?
Right, just taking airbox lid off. That looks as fresh as the day it was fitted. Ah!
Will doesn't like spiders very much.
I don't, but proof that air filters work, because what side is he on?
Yeah, he's on the outside. He
He's-
wishes he could get in that engine.
He's been in there for years. So there's no date on it, so we can't actually tell when it went in, but that looks clean. This might have had a service not long before put up in flames.
Are you really scared of that?
Have you seen his ass? He's packing poison, that guy.
That's a mama spider, I think. I think there's lots of babies in there.
Yeah, it's not got a penis.
we moved on to giving our poor 911 a set of spark plugs, a job we'd been told would be horrible. In fact, it was both pretty easy to do and gave us another good feeling about this car's past.
That looks quite nice. So this is a NGK BKR 6E QUP wheel.
That's exactly what we looked at earlier, the
That
equivalent.
is the NGK equivalent for the proper OEM Bosch plug. So that is a good sign that someone's used proper good quality parts. It's probably been serviced at some form of specialist. Also, good looking spark plug. I'd like to take that out to dinner.
Happy with the condition of the old plugs, we swapped in some new plugs and moved our attention to fitting a new aux belt and filling up the engine oil.
More! That's... Oh, look, BOV, you're my arm.
Are you ready?
I'm so ready. You can't make me more ready if you tried. Go. Hold, keep going. Keep it, hold, keep it held.
It turns out that the reason the belt was struggling to fit was for one very simple reason.
I ordered the wrong belt. It's 5mm too short, so we've just spent the last 10 minutes trying to make it fit, and it won't fit. So it's back in with the old belt for now. We will get a new belt before it goes anywhere. Don't worry. Right, we're in.
Belt in, it was time to fill the engine with oil. But first, Will had a very philosophical question.
How much would you say is a litre?
I'd say about a litre.
I reckon that.
Life's big question answered, I decided to sustain a severe workplace injury, which luckily I took like a champ.
Ow!
I knew it was coming. Here we go.
Yeah, it'll be fine for now. So, service is done. A big thank you to Fabi Bilstein for sending us all of the parts we needed to do it. And now it is crunch time tomorrow. Electrician's coming. This is going to get started. I know it. It's going to start. Is it not? Come on. Okay, so it's the next day. The important electrical work has already started.
But there is one more issue we need to address before we can start the car, and that is the manky fuel that's been sitting in it for 3 years. So Will has brought along a friend.
Little pump.
Oh, little pump.
Little pump is with us.
We've got to get rid of that old fuel, so let's get it out.
Yep.
So I believe it is under the battery. Good thing we don't need that where we're going.
Battery removed, it was a simple process of removing the tray, which proved to require getting up close and personal with the 911.
So, a plate.
Entrees. What's that little delicious little acorn-shaped beetle? Perhaps lunch.
So all we need to do is we'll unclip these, and then we need a hammer and a chisel. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, brother.
Oh, there are flies in there. Should we get the vacuum cleaner?
No, I'd permit this.
After vacuuming away our unwanted guests,
Let me at it.
I snuck in a bit of cleaning, and then it was time to remove the fuel pump.
So the fuel pump itself is held in the tank with like a Coke bottle cap. It just screws in and then is really tight. So you can use a chisel and hammer to just gently tap it so it unlocks, and then you can spin it out and take it out. Oh, there's some in there.
We fed the siphon into the tank, but Edwin had a new wireless pump design to show us.
Hey, look, I'm trying to do God's work here. Oh, you mother... You... God damn it.
Look at the Bluetooth fuel pump.
God damn it. This car's never going to run again.
There she goes.
Hello.
Pleased that I'd now worked out the deeply complicated pump system, we got to work draining as much of the old fuel as we physically could.
This is sort of like 11 o'clock, 3 beers in piss.
Bruce Hung.
Oh, whoa. Couple tequilas and we're out.
I think we chuck 10 litres of the good stuff in. It'll mix around, it'll be nice.
Yeah, so we put 99 in.
Yeah.
It'll be what,
It'll
92?
probably even out to like a 45 or something.
What's this? That's kind of... How much do you reckon that is?
I reckon that's about as much as you reckon that is.
I reckon that's about this.
Meanwhile, the actual professionals were making progress on the wiring. However, they were only working off of our research and hope that this loom would work, matching as many of the wires as they could and using any wiring diagrams to help them solve the rest. The difference between a £50 used loom and needing a £7,000 brand new loom came down to our research alone, and that knowledge was starting to weigh on our minds.
Right, all it comes down to now is the wiring. So now we wait. I'm scared. It'll be fine. This car will start, please. So the guys will let us know that it's first test. Might not start, might not do anything, but just in case, it comes down to this. If this doesn't work, we've got just a shell of a 911.
Mostly sure of our work, the electricians told us that their first start attempt hadn't worked. The ECU wasn't communicating with the car and something was deeply, deeply wrong. So they told us to go and sit back down, stop messing around in the background and let them go through the loom again. It was starting to look like all hope was lost for our 911. But then...
We've been patiently waiting, trying not to interfere as well, because every part of me wants to walk over and be like, let me put those wires together. But we've been sitting quietly, but the guys have let us know that there might be something now. Yes! Yes!
And
There's
no smoke. There's no...
Oh my God. It runs! Yeah! Yes! That's a $5,000 running 911.
I think we take it for a drive.
Cool then.
First drive in the 911.
All that was left was to choose a driver,
Yes.
install the seats, and take the car for its maiden voyage.
First drive in the darkness of night. It moves. Go on.
moving.
Go on then. Oh, the dash! Damn, my seat! Oh, it did a skid! It did a skid!
It's this car's first skid.
Are you gonna drop the clutch? Wait, Will, I don't have a seat. My seat's not. Will. Yes! Yes! It's that is a running, driving 996 for $5,000. Tune in next week when we modify this thing.
Oh my God, I'm so bloody happy with this.